Mike?
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the June 24th, 2020 meeting of the Untitled Township Board of Trustees. We welcome all those on Facebook. And it's interesting because more viewers on our meetings here on Facebook. So this is good. It's good to see some meetings. Obviously, we keep meeting and have been having several meetings because business and the township keeps going. So thanks for tuning in this June. We'll have the opening of the meeting with right after the Pledge of Allegiance. We ask for a moment of silence as we just remember everyone in this incredible world, this country, our own community. So many things going on with COVID, civil unrest, and racial things that are happening. So we just ask God, who unites us every day, I think, just calls us to be one, if you would. So we just pray for some oneness, some things that time in life where we can focus on where we're united, not so much where we're divided. So that's what we dedicate that moment of silence to today. So hopefully some blessings in our future, and we can get back to some sense of normalcy, whatever that is for you. So let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Thank you. Approval of the minutes, please. Jim?
Motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on June 10th, 2020, and dispense with the reading.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved.
Motion to approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending June 16th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion
approved.
Motion to approve bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Reports from the fiscal officer. Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2020-0101, resolution authorizing the township fiscal officer to receive CARES Act funding and comply with the applicable regulations, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Is there any discussion on this resolution?
I can give you just a brief explanation. This is what the federal relief funds that are being funneled through the state are coming through the state to the county and then to each local government unit. We have, based on the formula, 367,000, which that'll probably change up or down a little bit, that we can tap into for COVID-19 related costs that weren't previously budgeted. So I think there's still some explanation and definitions that'll be provided, but we have to put this resolution in place to take advantage of that reimbursement or those funds through the CARES Act.
Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Cameron, I have a question.
Yes.
At the end of this, after we file our last request, we are required to return the funds. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, the way I understand this working is the county will give us the funds. We create a line item fund to put the money in, but anything not spent on proper expenses is then returned. So we don't keep the money, and they're still hammering out what exactly we can reimburse for. Right now we know it's direct expenses, and could it be some other things that are attributed? I don't know. So we won't tap into all of that money for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Any other discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Resolution passes.
Resolution 2020-0103, resolution authorizing the township administrator to spend greater than $10,000 on behalf of the township, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
Excuse me, but did
Yeah.
you say 103? I have 102 as
I
next.
was
Is
gonna
102? Is
Well,
102?
I'm sorry.
Don't confuse me.
We'll finish
Fiscal
103 and go
Officer
back to
Luby.
102.
All right.
Okay, those aren't in any order, right? Okay, thank you.
So we are going with 103?
For now.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I can tell you what the two expenses are related to. Well, the second one is for a newsletter, which we've talked about for a little bit, and teeing up a hard copy mailed newsletter. So that's probably the most notable of the two expenses. And that's, I think the intent is to do that 3 times a year. It could be more, probably be 2 times for this year since we're halfway through the year. But that's the biggest expense there. The other one.
Yeah, and I appreciate you introducing that into the conversation. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of Trustee Stevie. I just feel the newsletter's overdue, and I think they're waiting for different things too. It's a great line of communication. Yes, it's expensive, but something that has to happen. There's been lots going on in the world and in our township. And I think it's a nice way to let them see what's going on, whether it's construction on the Pike, what's going on with their own tax dollars, everything. So I'm thrilled. I know the other two are also, to kind of get this going and rolling. So I appreciate those words, Jack, very much. Any other discussion?
The other expense, he has another expense, right?
Well, the other one is for SCBA units for the fire department. It's, I think, $14,000 expected to replace some self-contained breathing apparatus. And the 102 is actually the appropriation to move the money in for the expense for the newsletter. It looks like it's going to be $7,000 a mailing. So that's about 10,000 addresses, households, so to speak. And so it's I didn't do the math, but it's under $1 a copy to print it, label it, mail it.
Thank you. Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts,
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey,
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, resolution passes.
Resolution 2020-0102, resolution amending appropriations for expenses, declaring an emergency and dispensing with second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts,
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey,
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, resolution passes. Trustee correspondence. Trustee Stevie, I know you wanted to talk about We Thrive a little bit.
Yes. Saturday, the cleanup day, gave Trustee Davis and I a good opportunity to dispense and talk to a lot of our residents about the We Thrive initiative in Delhi Township. And We Thrive actually began last fall, and we qualified with what we were already doing for the health, the safety, and the wellness of Delhi Township. But there's more that we can initiate. There's more that we can begin to do. And we had 14 great volunteers come in on the committee, but unfortunately the COVID has kind of put a delay to some of the activities they had planned. But we are trying to get back on to a regular schedule, and we need your input. The We Thrive initiative is only as successful as what the community puts into this. And so we had the opportunity to give each car that came through the card that gives them the information to take a 2-question survey. And they could do it either by the quick smart scan or you can do it also by visiting our website. But this gives the people of Delhi an opportunity to express what they need, what they see, and what they would like to know about the health, the wellness, and the safety of the services given by your township. So please, everyone, take a minute, fill out the 2-question questionnaire, and give us some input and feedback as to what we can do next to be a successful We Thrive community. We're pleased to have the designation, and we want to deliver to the people in Delhi what it intends to do. So thanks so much. Fill out the questionnaire. You can get it on our website as well. I think Jack Cameron just had it up there. Or contact us and we will get it to you. And that's at the delhi.oh.us address. So thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Trustee Seavey. Sturts, no, you were up there Saturday, one all day also.
Oh,
Have an
yeah.
update?
Oh, yeah. I want to thank all of our employees who were up there in the that extreme heat doing the cleanup day, along with the 2 of you. Yeah, we worked our rear ends off on the paper shred. We had 7 volunteers to start with. We were obviously backing up traffic onto Neat Road, so the police had to come and reroute us. We did fill the truck. I'm sorry if somebody wasn't able to get shred before the event was over. I do want to thank Assistant Chief Braun, because he came to do his shredding and he stayed because he saw how busy we were, and he was just very, very helpful. And then we even had a citizens get out of their car and stay for an hour or 2. So well organized, but very busy. And I think that was because of the COVID. I mean, people were at home cleaning up, just like you were busy with stuff. They were cleaning out. We, a lot of documents were shred. So I want to thank everybody for that. And Delhi's a little cleaner now, it looks like. Thank you.
Yeah. When you see all that lined up from the shredding to the, and again, truckloads of things that people are just getting out, it's so awesome. Makes you feel like you can do it every week, just have to get all this stuff out. But yeah, we do the best we can. And maybe next year we'll divide the days so it's not all traffic locked back, maybe one day, one the next, to divide that up. But awesome, and everyone coming out. And I don't think over with unless I'm wrong, Trustee Seavey, with our cleanup day, I don't think we turned anybody away that had stuff to dump, did we?
No. We had them lined up, that's for sure. But
yeah,
it was great, the participation level and the feedback of the gratitude of everyone for that. We gave them this opportunity, offered this opportunity to clean up and then have a place to actually get rid of things. So, and Rumpke did come in and take one of our truckloads away, so that helped us as well. But we had Mr. Luby, Mr. Cameron out there with work gloves as well as the 2 of us out there.
It was
sweating.
It was great. Every in it was just good. When you're united for a common cause like that, it's just a great day. So thanks everyone. Thanks Delhi. Public Works, please. Resolution
2020-0104, resolution approving change order number 1 to the contract with R.A. Miller Construction for the Delhi Township Rehabilitation and Repair Project 2020-A, declaring an emergency and dispensing with second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Is there any discussion on this resolution?
Yeah, I can say a few things. Thank you, trustees. This is to finalize the 2020 paving season. This is probably the earliest I've ever seen we've gotten it completed. So that's good news, and I think we're going to probably continue in that path. We are about 177,000 to the good on this change order. We're normally about 80 or 100,000 to the good, but a lot of the residents that are in sidewalks, and then we didn't have as much full depth as we thought. So that'll all get rolled on to next year's paving project and make it a little bigger. So we're excited about that too.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts,
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes. Thank you. Resolution passes. Fire Department update, Chief Campbell.
Please, the board, I'd like to update you on COVID.
Please do.
So Friday, unfortunately, we got called out by the state of Ohio. And it's unfortunate just in the simple fact that we kind of didn't have a heads up. You know, I typically receive word on the number of active cases we have in Delhi Township, and then all of a sudden it makes the press. And, you know, even though we won't want to say it's a scarlet letter or a black eye, it kind of has that effect on the community. And I'd say, you know, long story short, we do share the zip code 45238 with other communities. So as a whole, when they report a spike in 45238, it's not necessarily in Delhi. Now, with that being said, over the weekend, we did see an increase in cases. We did get verification from Hamilton County that the spike, the real spike, is occurring just over our border. It should be a reminder that this isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I know we probably all feel like we got a little bit of COVID fatigue, and we just have to remain diligent. You know, wear your masks when out in public, and you can't maintain social distance. And again, it's the same old song and dance that we've been hearing for a while, and it's just important that we stick with it, and we can kind of get over this together. I think that's something just to kind of reaffirm that, unfortunately, that occurred. Did receive word this morning that they put in a request to the state that when they have this reporting issue, that the local agencies will be notified first before it goes all out and they say, hey, you know, 45238, you have an increase, because they don't want to create the situation we just went through. And certainly it seems like either we're withholding information or we don't know what's going on, and that's just not the case. It kind of got through the state, and unfortunately, if you see the size of the 45238 zip code, we do share it with other communities. So it makes it very hard to distinguish to the average person when they're looking at these reports from the state and the county by zip code that that's not all in Delhi. So I just kind of wanted to point that out, and remain vigilant.
Okay, yeah, good information there. You fight the good fight, you know, keep the social distancing, wash your hands, don't take it for granted, don't become complacent, wear your masks out and about, which I'm still surprised when I go up to Kroger's and these places and people are just acting like everything's great. It's a beautiful sunny day, but no mask, no anything. It's safe, it keeps other people safe.
Yeah, I will say this. So in the past, the higher numbers were over the age of 60. Now it's younger than 60. So that we're seeing a lot of those getting tested younger than 60, which is good. We really want to get the tests out into the community. It sounds like the Remke site has been approved as a site by the county for testing. More information to come out when they decide on the date. The Ohio National Guard is going to be conducting that site. They send about 10 personnel down. It will not require an appointment. They'll be doing the nasal PCR test. Depending on how many people come in, you could be in and out in 10 minutes. If they get really a backlog, they've had 30, 40-minute waits. The idea is that you can drive to the site, get tested, and get off site, and then you'd know within 48 hours. They've chosen Delhi just because we have a number of cases right over the border, and would encourage people that if they have the opportunity, when the test site date and times are announced, to partake in that. If you have insurance, they will ask for your insurance information. If you do not, I believe that's kind of handled through the National Guard. They have more information for you. But you do not need an appointment. You do not need to be symptomatic.
Yeah, and for those that just sat up in their chairs at home, thinking, well, basically they're going to do testing out in the township. That'll let you know when the date and time is. So if you want to get tested, you can do it right there. It'll go on your health insurance. If you don't have it, then the National Guard will work through. And that's great. I think that's, yeah, nothing wrong with that. And of course, that's the whole goal, is to test more. So even if the numbers go up, you should expect that, because you're testing 2 or 3 times more than you ever have. So it's a good thing. Not anything here. Trustee Sturge, did you want to add something on this?
No, everything that I would have said about that, he said. Yeah, we did get the call from interim Greg Kesterman at the public health, and let us know, unfortunately, after the fact. But, you know, we're all good here, and please, people, wear your mask, even wear gloves if you're going to be going out, and social distance. Like, we don't know what more to say.
Yeah.
We can't patrol you.
Amen. Trustee Seavey, anything following up?
Yeah, I am really pleased that Delhi has the opportunity to offer this type of testing to our residents and the people that live nearby us. And again, just ditto, stay safe. Keep your hands washed, keep your mask on. If you've got gloves, wear them. Don't become complacent. It's just, you know, the illness isn't worth it.
Mm-mm.
Yep, very good. Okay, Chief, you have a, let's see here, resignation?
Motion to accept the voluntary resignation of part-time firefighter EMT Brendan C. McWilliams, effective June 24th, 2020.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
Yes.
yes.
Yes, motion is approved. Parks and Recreation, Randy, are you prepared to talk a little bit about our playground project this morning?
Yes, I have a little information on the new project coming up. It is going out to bid right now with many changes. I don't know if Jack has a template to put up. We are located, the new one will be located by the middle restrooms where the old spray ground was located. So from there, we are going to go in different stages of building, depending on funding, money-wise, the cost effectiveness. So the first 2 stages, I believe, are going to be if the numbers are up there, number 2 is a bigger element of the playground. I think proposed for a 5 to 12-year-old playground. And I believe another one would be number 1, which would be the proposed 2 to 5-year-old playground. All the concrete, initializing, you know, turf will be put down where needed at the time. Walkways will be put in at times. The rest of the place will maintain grass up to that point until other funding is accessible to finish the project.
Randy, if I could add to that just a little bit. So this, we got state capital funding approved earlier in the year, but given where the funds are going to be for the state, we may not have those available. So the project will be bid out in total with a couple components that we could not do this year, but do the other ones based on what pricing comes back and what funding we have. We've also got county funds to do some surfacing for the project. So that's the old spray ground where we talked about the playground project in the fall and what we were going to do for this year.
Yeah. Chairman Davis, I just have one comment to that. I mean, we gave a excellent, successful presentation to the task force to get on this capital budget and be approved. And unfortunately, with all the other activities going on in the state, the capital budget has not gone through the state for approval. So we're kind of on hold. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get it, but obviously we're already experiencing a serious delay in getting it at all. I did ask the question if we'll be able to reapply if in fact the capital budget doesn't, you know, become a reality at all for this year, and we can. So we'll keep trying. We need the funds to get this project to the level that was originally planned.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
For further information, I have a little bit of new information. I don't want to like beat a horse, dead horse, but I really do appreciate everybody coming out to cleanup day. As all the trustees said, everybody said, all the help was greatly appreciated. I think it was a big success in cleaning it up, and I think people really do appreciate it. So again, thank you all. And another big event, we are opening up shelters. I believe we're in the process right now. We're putting in tables. There are going to be restrictions. The tables are limited. We are measuring them out. They're 6 feet apart. It's going to be less. The people still need to follow the CDC guidelines when they do get into shelters, and we are not reserving them now. So it is first come, first serve. Maintain distance, do everything that would needed to be, follow all the rules as necessary, as everybody is telling everyone, keep safe, everybody, wear what you need, and maintain everything that you've been doing. Everybody stay safe. And as I said, those will be initially operating by this weekend. We'll have garbage cans out, shut, the tables all set. You'll see through this week that they're being set. People are using them already. So just keep in mind, stay safe.
Okay.
We do have a couple events coming up. We have a concert planning on July 23rd. It is Bad Habit, but the new stage. Hopefully everything will go through. We'll let you know when time comes up. The restrooms and playgrounds are being regularly cleaned. And I would like to add in, if anybody is able to and want to volunteer at Floral Paradise Gardens, they are more than welcome to come up and volunteer. They can contact Park Department at 451-3300. We'll let you know what the process is. That would be greatly appreciated. And I would like to say for everyone to come out on Saturdays and visit the farmers market. It is happening every Saturday. And I hope to see more and more. It goes 9 to 12. Thank you.
All right, Randy, thank you. We have resolution 107. Greg?
You go back to admin.
Yeah. I have next. I have resolution 107 with Greg DeLong.
I have police department.
Yeah.
I have police department update.
Okay, let's do that. I'll go backwards. Police department. I'm sorry. I turned 2 pages. It was wishful thinking on my part. I'm sorry. Well, motion to adjourn, please. All right, good. No, sorry, not so fast. Okay, let's see. Police department, please. Chief?
Thank you very much. The only thing I have is essentially, I don't have to tell you all, but we have such a wonderful community. I mean, just the well wishes and thank you cards and all the baked goods we've been getting at the police department from our residents are heartfelt, and obviously it brings good spirits to our officers. So with everything that's going on currently around us and throughout the nation, obviously those things are very important to our people. So our men and women work hard every day, and they try to make the decisions that are right, and those special thank yous go a long way for them. So for that, I say thank you to all the residents, and we have a wonderful community. Thank you.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Braun, and as has already been mentioned, thanks for being there Saturday, just jumping in, seeing a need, and you jumped in. And I don't want to get into a discussion on it, but one of the greatest things about Delhi Township are your safety services, your police and fire, and knowing someone's going to respond within 3 or 4 minutes. When you call 911, I'll tell you what, we have some of the best men and women you could ever ask for, so well trained. But more than that, they're just true ambassadors. They're just good people that are out there serving us every day and night. So I'll tell you what, we are blessed. Let me just leave it at that. So when out there you see our policemen, our fire personnel, just say thanks, and be appreciative. A prayer of thanksgiving, how high is where we are, and what we have is second to none. So thank you so much for that. Administration, please, Jack.
Yeah, well, I can tell you have 2 resolutions for auction and disposal. So this is what we typically do once or twice a year, where we warehouse stuff to get rid of. Most of this is computer screens and computer equipment that's been replaced. So one is an auction, and then the other is for disposal, things that they're not going to be auctionable, and you all have to approve us just disposing of them or getting rid of an asset, so to speak.
Okay. Resolution, please, Jim.
Resolution 2020-0105, resolution declaring certain property no longer needed for public use, obsolete and unfit for the use acquired, authorizing sale by internet auction and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any other discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Resolution passes.
Resolution 2020-106, resolution declaring certain items of personal property unfit for the use acquired, that the items have no value, authorizing disposal thereof, and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any other discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
And all those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Resolution passes.
Nope.
Okay.
He's got to
What's
call
that,
roll.
Rose?
He has to call roll.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Now resolution passes. Thank you, Sturts.
You're welcome.
We do community development again?
Save the best for
Greg.
last.
Yes, definitely the best for last. We're not interrupting your praying right now, are we?
It's actually an Ohio State stadium.
Yay!
Oh, there it is.
I heard that yesterday.
You were at the Mecca.
There you go.
The Mecca. Good.
All right, we have the motion to approve the termination of community development intern Noah J. Pennekamp effective June 24th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion approved. Resolution?
Resolution 2020-107, resolution declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation of 5433 Cleves, Warsaw, Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Is there any discussion on the resolution?
Yeah, this is an occupied structure. It is a repeat offender. We did do an inspection yesterday afternoon. It was in the state, as you've seen in the photo. We do request you declare it a nuisance. We are hoping with the warmer weather coming up that they do abate it themselves so we don't have to go in. So keep our fingers crossed.
Okay.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Very good. Resolution
Here.
passes.
Chairman Davis, can I make a comment?
Trustee Sturts?
For the public, there were many more nuisances on the agenda up until yesterday because of the hard work that goes on by Mr. DeLong and his group. They were able to get them taken care of by the owners prior to this meeting. So great work to Mr. DeLong and his troops. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely. And trust me, everyone, it's not the goal to be doing your property at these meetings. Really, we really don't want to do that. But lots of rules to follow, especially parking up on your front lawn. Do that in Delhi. Please stop that. So anyway, lots of things there. Public comments, obviously not at this point because Facebook meeting here on Zoom. And we will also then go to community events.
These farmers market are open on Saturdays through August 29th, and they are open from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Delhi Park at 5125 Foley Road. The Delhi Historical Society Farmhouse reopening will be July 2nd on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 12:30 to 3 p.m. And that's at the Farmhouse Museum at 468 Anderson Ferry Road. Those interested in visiting the Research Center should schedule an appointment. The virtual program, Karen Abbott discusses the ghosts of Eden Park, will be Monday, July 13th from 7 to 8 p.m. It'll be streamed on DHS Facebook page and simultaneously on their website. Delhi Park's Chalk Walk will be Sunday, July 12th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. They'll be at the Clearview Lake parking lot. Create a masterpiece with the theme Summertime Fun with a chance to win a $50 gift card to Chandler's. The Hyde Park concert schedule, which is subject to change. The current schedule is July 23rd, Bad Habit. August 20th, Excalibur. And September 10th is the Tillers. All concerts start at 7 p.m. and are at the Delhi Park Pavilion at 5125 Foley Road. Delhi Branch Library has a couple events. The Adult Virtual Book Club, The Mothers by Britt Bennett, will be Wednesday, July 15th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Kurds Kids Virtual Book Club, Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer will be Wednesday, July 22nd from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. The suggested ages are 9 to 12. Curbside Pickup of materials is now available Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you need to call 639-6019 to schedule your pickup of your items. With limited capacity reopening, will begin Monday through Saturday starting on July 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's at the Branch Library at 5095 Foley Road. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Luby. On our agenda, Sturts, CV, anything else that you'd bring up?
Well, our next meeting is after the 4th of July, so we have our annual reminder about fireworks and safety over the holiday. Please enjoy it. Have a wonderful 4th of July, and please be careful and be cautious with COVID.
Very good. Anything, Trustee Sturts?
No, be careful with the fireworks, the illegal fireworks, as they're calling them now. I've noticed it's a big thing on the news this morning, so please just be careful.
Yes. I would, a quick note, our next meeting is scheduled for July 8th, Wednesday, July 8th. And someone had brought up a point wondering as far as our Zoom meetings and, how long these are going to happen. I can assure you, we, all of your elected officials, all of the department heads, we're doing this format. We would much rather be in person and together. Everything that we're doing by doing these meetings is to keep everybody safe and healthy. And now, as you see, as our Chief Campbell has just told us also, there's a spike in the numbers for coronavirus. The numbers are going up. So we're going to be cautious and we're going to be conservative on the times that we meet actually in the public. This is a way to keep us safe and to keep you safe. We're also at limited when we have those meetings. Is it 10 or less, as I understand it, Jack?
Public gatherings are still limited to 10 or less. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure people understood that. That isn't the most convenient, easiest way to do these meetings, but again, we're doing it because we're trying to stay safe. I'm concerned about the numbers, as I said, going up here for a while. So as colleagues have said, everyone stay safe, stay smart, practice social. I'm not going to say social distancing, physical distancing. You have to be social. You have to survive. But again, do it from a distance physically and wash the hands every 20 minutes and we'll get through this. So I really appreciate that. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
With no further business to be brought before the board, I motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second that.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Motion is approved. We will see you all next time, July 8th, probably a Zoom, I would imagine, but we'll always let you know way in advance. So have a great, happy 4th of July. Celebrate that independence and celebrate being one nation under
Right.
God. Let's give that a try for a while. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay. Happy 4th.
Long.
Have a great holiday.
All right.